Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to the You and I Verse All Temple for the Sun, Planet, Moon, and Stars. I'll be your host, Lord Messiah. And today's mathematics is knowledge, understanding. And I want to start off with that because I got a particular jewel today that's going to break down that science. And today's alphabet would be master, which is M. Saying M is master. So we're gonna go into the science of master. What is a master? What does it mean to be a master? And of course, this is what is this number 7? Let me correct this. Oh yeah, and pardon me, y'all. I was incorrect with my with the numbering on this and everything like that. So I'm kind of getting it up to speed. So this is number 7. So for now on, when it might have been unposted correctly, incorrectly, as far as the numbering and everything like that. But right now, and you know what it is? I skipped over number 4. That's what it is. Number 4, I skipped over. So this is gonna be number 4. You know what I'm saying? I guess doesn't exist, but this is number 7 right here. So we're gonna get on point with. I ain't going back and correcting all that shit. This is number 7 right here. Number 6 technically, but number 7. All right. So we going on from here. From here, we're gonna keep going. All right. Peace. So a picture's worth a million words. Number 7. Let's get it. Okay. So now we're gonna go into the science of graduation. Because to be a master, you have to graduate. You know what I mean? And when you go back into the ancient schools or the ancient mystic schools, or what they now call Shriner schools, with the Masons and all of that, because we are the original Masons. You know what I'm saying? The master builders. You know what I mean? As you see these pyramids that we built, ain't no Europeans build these pyramids. African people, black people, original melanated people built these pyramids. So we're gonna go into the science, right? As you can see, and they, like I said, they put these pyramids on the back of the dollar bill and on all these U.S. currencies. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the science of our ancient history, but we don't be knowing these sciences. This is why they're using our science to rule the world. You know what I mean? But we got to take our science back. So let's get it right. So you see the symbol right here. It says Anup Equeptus, and then down here it says Novus Ordo Seclorum. Anup Equeptus means annual or annuity. Annuit means annuity, or annual annuity. And Equeptus means growth. So Anuit Equeptus means annual growth or annual annuity, annuity or growth. You know what I'm saying? Annual growth. And Novus Ordo Seclorum, Novus means new, Ordo means order, Seclorum means secret or hidden knowledge. So it's a new order of secret knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Hence the New World Order. You know what I mean? And it's an order of secret knowledge. Like I said, going back to the ancient mystic schools, those were orders of secret knowledge. As you know, today the Masons, they keep a lot of so-called knowledge in secrecy, and they do this through their organizations, fraternities. And like when you go in college and all that, when they be joining these fraternities and all of that shit, they be all this Kappa, Beta, Alpha, Mega, Beta, Kappa, all that. That shit is all Greek fraternity stuff, which they got from Kemet, but they turned it into some next stuff. And now you got them doing all these crazy rituals to get into these fraternities and stuff like that. A lot of them stuff be homosexual rituals going back to Greece. I'll give you a prime example. You remember the movie School Days, right? When he told them, when Lawrence Fishburne, he was like the black African dude, whatever. He was telling the other brother Julius, he was like, "Yo, man, come on, brother, let's think together." He's like, "I am a Greek," you know what I'm saying, and all that shit, like talking all that, you know what I'm saying, because they was caught up in those Greek fraternities. Then his cousin Junebug, or what was his name in the movie? Yeah, Junebug or something like that, or what was his name? Half Pint. His cousin Half Pint was trying to get into that fraternity, so he had to do all that crazy stuff. Remember the part where they made them bend over and they was spanking them in their butt with the paddles and shit? That was some homo shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas had to pull down their pants and get spanked in their butt with the paddle and say, "Yes, big brother almighty." You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, that's some Greek homo shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they, as they call it, the Greek freaks, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, that's the facts. Homosexuality, a lot of that shit was started in Greece. So that's why also too, when people be going into it, they be like, "Yo, what about that homo stuff you see in Greece, in Kemet on the walls and all that, all in the temples with all that homosexuality stuff? It's stuff that look homo." If you ask me, you got to look at the time periods, you know what I'm saying, and see like, okay, is this during the Greek influence or during the time of Greek influence? Because when the Greeks took over the temples, like you got Alexander the Greek, now Alexander the Great, Alexander the Greek, when he took over the libraries, he burned a lot of libraries, what they call Alexandria, the Library of Alexandria. He took over the library and renamed it after himself after he burned a lot of the original scriptures and books and all of that stuff, and tore down a lot of temples. And they put up this sign. It's the cross. It says Sphinx Vinxius. With this sign we shall conquer. So that's going back to Constantine and all of that type of stuff and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of history with that. So going back into this. So this whole thing is dealing with the science of graduation. So now, as you can see over here, we're gonna go, looking into this right here, right? Blow this up for y'all. All right. So boom. So you got graduation. So you got M13, knowledge, understanding. You got to have the knowledge and the understanding. Now, in Kemet, right, in ancient Kemet, before you became a master you had to, before you was considered a master, you had to be able to show forth and prove 12 sciences. You know what I'm saying? And then you yourself would be the 13th exemplatory or example of those 13 sciences, the living example, the master of those 12 sciences. So that is very symbolic to how in school you go through how many grades in school? You go through, as you see, I numbered them on the pyramid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You go to 12 grades in school. And then you see how you got the pyramids and you see the little hiatus in between the 12th step and then the capstone. That's symbolic of you going through 1st to 12th grade. Then you take a little time off, you take a little break, and then you go to college. And in college, you get what's called a what degree? You get what's called a master's degree. And what's the 13th letter of the alphabet, as we keep saying? M, which is master. So after you go from 1st to 12th grade, and then you go and you graduate, and then also too, when you graduate, what do they put on top of your head? They put that capstone on your head, and you wear that black gown. That black gown is representing the fact that you become a master. You've mastered those 12 sciences, and the black gown represents the robe that you wear when you become that master. I guess that's a ceremonial thing going back. And the capstone they put on your head, that capstone is square because it's the base of a pyramid. The base, although you look at a pyramid, it looks like triangle, but it's triangled on 4 sides. Actually 8 sides because it's built in the ground. It's actually a diamond shape. The pyramids are actually diamond shape. You know what I'm saying? Because it's built in the ground and on top. So but the base of the pyramid is square. So that capstone they put on the top of your head is a square capstone, and it's symbolic of you, and it's symbolic of your capstone or your pyramid base. And then what do they tell you? In college, you gotta reach for the stars, right? They say you reach for the stars through what? Higher education. And that's by going to what? After you finish 1st to 12th grade, you go to what? College, right? So that's supposed to be higher education. So you're reaching for the stars. And what are stars? Stars are symbolic to understanding. That's why the tip of the pyramid is lined up with the star. You know what I'm saying? The tip of the pyramid, like you see the Orion's belt, you see the 3 stars in Orion's belt. Those 3 stars are lined up with the 3 pyramids in the Giza Strip. You know what I'm saying? The Giza Strip, which is along the Nile. And those 3 stars, the tip of those stars astrologically line up, mathematically line up with those stars. That's how precise their mathematics was and how they placed it. So now you see the illumination around the capstone. That illumination represents the fact that now you are enlightened. You have the knowledge and the understanding. You are enlightened, and it has an eye in the center too. And I colored it in black because that eye represents the black pineal gland, which is in the center of the brain. And that pineal gland is how you see visions, how you think, and you see the bigger picture, the broad picture of things. You become enlightened. Like they say, Jacob walked over the land of Peniel, and he and the sun arose and he halted on his thigh. And then it says he named the name of the place Peniel, and he says that he saw God face to face and his life was preserved. So that's telling you that the sun rise and he halted on his thigh, just like the picture I showed before with the resurrection, how the man was leaned back, halting on his thigh, and you see the sun right there in front of his face. Jacob had that same revelation. He was mind blown. He had an epiphany. oh, we hold it on the spot. Like, you know, when something happens, you come to realization, you're like, oh shit, something hits you, and you be mind blown. You take a step back, you halt on your thigh. You know what I mean? It says Jacob halted on his thigh, like he was mind blown from the revelation that he's seen from the sun arising upon him. He was in a deep meditation. And then when it says he walked across the land of Peniel, that means he traveled through the celestial Nile in his mind, and he had a vision. And now it says that he saw God face to face and his life was preserved. That means that through the third eye, he had the vision connected with the universe, and the melanin explosion took place. His pineal gland exploded. The melanin exploded. The melanin explosion took place in his pineal gland. He had the epiphany. He was mind blown. And then, as you know, as melatonin secretes from the pineal gland and is shined on by the sun converts our melatonin into melanin, which preserves our life. So when you go into the science of that scripture, which is Genesis 30 and 31 or 31 and 32, you know what I'm saying? Go to the scriptures, you'll see what it is. Look it up. Jacob walked over the land of Peniel. And Peniel is pineal, which is the pineal gland. So therefore, that's showing and proving you he saw God face to face and his life was preserved, meaning he's seen the understanding. He had the knowledge and understanding through the pineal gland, and his life was preserved through the knowledge. I just broke that down. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go on. What's more symbolism to, oh yeah, so like I said, you know, that pyramid base, and that pyramid base is where you build your pyramid to reach for the stars through higher education. You know what I mean? So now the number 13 is also very symbolic, as we know. Knowledge, understanding, the masters. There were many masters that traveled and represented this number 13. Going back, Horus, 13. You know what I'm saying? He was the one. Horus was one, and Horus had 12 disciples that he traveled with. Horus was the son. Heru, Horus. You see in the word Horus, you have the word hour, you have the word horizon, you have the word Horus, as in horoscope, Horus's scope or vision of the stars. And that's how we mapped it out through what they call constellations, and how people's personalities and so forth are influenced during these times and these months, and they have these different characteristics. That's why they say different people got different signs and characteristics and so forth, due to the influential energy of the stars of people born during those times of the year and so forth. So Heru was one, the solar Messiah who traveled with 12 disciples. And then you had Jesus. Jesus was one. He had 12 disciples. And what did they call Jesus? Jesus was called the Son. He was the Son, the S-U-N, not only the S-O-N, but the S-U-N. And he traveled with 12 sons. Then you had the Father Allah, who was one. A is Allah. Allah is one. He had 12 disciples as well. You had the nine born, the first nine born. Then you had Ibika, Shabu, and 4 Cypher Akbar, also known as Justice. You know what I'm saying? So those was 12 men. Those was 12 men that the Father had that traveled with him. And Allah was one. So that's 1 and 12 equaling what? 13. So and also the Father Allah was before he changed his name to Allah, he was known as Clarence 13X. 13 is master. X is the unknown. And what did he do? He mastered the unknown. How did he master the unknown? Now we're going into the problem book. When you go into the problem book in the Department of Supreme Wisdom of the Nation of Islam, the question number 10, it asks in the mathematical language, there are 10 numbers and 26 letters. You know what I mean? And it says if one shall be able to speak well and so forth. And it says basically, if you learn 10 numbers, a letter a day, how long should it take you to learn the 10 numbers? I mean, obviously 10 days. If you study 26 letters a day, one a day, how long does it take you to learn 26 letters? Obviously 26 days. So really, people studying the Supreme Mathematics and Supreme Alphabet, it should only take you 36 days to learn the Supreme Mathematics and Supreme Alphabet, if you learn in a degree a day. So that means that on the first day, you study knowledge all throughout the day. You look up knowledge. What is knowledge? Look up the definition of knowledge. How do you apply knowledge? Break it all down. Just study knowledge all that day and learn in depth what knowledge is. What is knowledge? Then on the second day, you look up wisdom. You do all kind of research on what wisdom is. You learn in depth what wisdom is. And on the third day, you learn, saying so forth, so forth. And the same thing you do with the mathematics. And really you could do, because you can multitask. It ain't like it take you a whole day just to do knowledge. You could do knowledge and a law in the same day. You could do wisdom and be a born in the same day. You could do understanding and see in the same day. You could do culture and divine or destroy in the same day. You could do power and equality in the same day, and so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? So actually after those 10 days, you'll be doing 2 each day. And then after that, knowledge, when you get the king and the alphabet K, you'll only be doing 1 a day until you finish up the alphabet. So really, after you learn how to do 2 a day, when you get to those, when you get the knowledge, which equals 2, you already know how to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So then from there, it's going to be smooth sailing. You know what I mean? So let's continue. Wow, because this one is getting kind of long, but it's all good though. Oh, okay, that's only 15 minutes in. Okay, damn, but I broke down a lot of science in 15 minutes, y'all. Ooh-wee. Damn, I thought I was on here for an hour. So let's get it. All right. So now the problem book. So basically, he mastered that question in the problem book, which was the problem book, and it was question number 13. See what I'm saying? Like, word. So he mastered that unknown. And what was those unknown? The 10 numbers and the 26 letters was the supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet. As you see, supreme math, supreme alphabet. So he brought those 2 sciences into existence, and by him solving the problem in the problem book, answering the question in the problem book, or solving the problem. So become a master, knowledge, understanding, acquire the 12 jewels. Ooh, here we go again. That's another science. Now, how do you become a master? Another science of becoming a master is by acquiring the 12 jewels: knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness. And now, in this day and age, we know that to acquire some of these things, even knowledge ain't even free a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It should be, but it ain't even free a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you want to know, certain things you got to pay for. Certain people have put franchises on certain information. So you got to pay for certain information because they have it copywritten as intellectual property. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. So, you know what I mean? So sometimes, everything, even knowledge ain't even free. Certain things you want to hear, like you want to call a consultant, you need a consultant, or you need somebody to break down certain things for you. They might pay for consultations. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Understanding, and all these things, you know what I'm saying? So freedom. Sometimes you get locked up, you know what I mean? You gotta pay your way out of jail. You gotta bail yourself out of jail. That ain't even free. Freedom ain't even free. You know what I mean? So, and so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? Power. Sometimes you want power. You might have to pay for certain things to have a certain license to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Equality. Sometimes you got to pay and to get you on a job and you feel like you want certain other rights or privileges. You might have to pay to get into a union. So now you got equal rights like the other people that's in the union. You know what I mean? When it comes to God, shit, people going to church and paying to hear a good story about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They paying for God. They paying, and the preacher telling them about the tide angel and pay your way into heaven and all this good stuff. They think they could pay to see God. So you know what I mean? If you want to build something, you want to construct something, you need money for the construction contract. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you want to born something, you want to have a baby, you need money to support the mother and the baby. You know what I'm saying? So everything costs money nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I just broke that down mathematically. Only one I missed out was understanding. But understanding and knowledge is the same thing. And understanding, you're going to have to pay through life and time and experiences to have a certain understanding. You know what I mean? Because a person could give you knowledge and wisdom, but you have to develop the understanding yourself. So I brought all that up to say, like, how we say like money, so we call money the master cipher, saying master cipher, now equality, why? Remember that song the God made, said master cipher, now equality, why? Money is the way we get by. Money is the way we get fly. Money is the way we get by. You know what I'm saying? Master cipher, now equality, why? Money is the way we get by. Money is the way we get fly. You know what I mean? So anyway, master cipher. So now we got to get that master cipher so that we can acquire these 12 jewels. You know what I'm saying? So now it seems like money has become the 13th jewel nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to acquire all these things, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, shit, it costs money for food, clothing, shelter. You know what I'm saying? Love, peace, and happiness. Now we know you can't buy love, but if you with a woman, you know what I'm saying, sometimes to make love a little more comfortable, you might need to, pay for some things and take care of some things and make sure certain things are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? If you want that, love to be, more comfortable, as we say, love hella right. If you don't want that love to turn into hell, man, you better keep shit right. You better get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a jewel. But so you got to get that master cipher, that money. Money's become the 13th jewel. You know what I'm saying? For you to master these other 12 sciences, you know what I'm saying? And not just money, but like I say, it seems like, that's the currency. Like I say, this pyramid is on the back of the dollar bill, you know what I'm saying? And that dollar bill says, in God we trust. So like I say, you already know the signs of the straw man. They're making a account off your name and all of that, but you got to gain control of that, plan your estate and all that good stuff like I'll be building and teaching y'all. All right, so here we go again. 12, the sun, the literal sun in the sky. The sun is number one, and you have 12 months or moons. You know what I'm saying? A month, M-O-N, that's moon. A month is a moon. A month is a moon cycle. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what a month is. A month is a moon. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say moon, you know what I mean? Because it's a month, a moon cycle. So you got the sun, and then you got 12 moon cycles. You know what I mean? The sun is one, and then you got the 12, and the sun got, and the moon got 12 moon cycles. Also, the sun being one, and then you got the 12 constellations. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're going back to the story of Horus or Jesus. They say Jesus walked with 12 disciples, or meaning that Jesus was a sun. And as the sun, or Heru, Horus, Heru is the sun. And as the sun travels through the 12 constellations, this is the science of the sun traveling with 12 disciples. You know what I'm saying? So there's a scripture in the Bible. I don't remember the exact scripture right now, but if you look it up, you'll pull it up, where it talks about the age of Aquarius, where it says, go into the house therein. You shall see a man bearing a pitcher of water. Go into the house therein. You know what I mean? Meaning that the man bearing a pitcher of water, like you see in the symbol for Aquarius, the man pouring out water, bearing a pitcher of water, that's a symbol of the Aquarius. And it says, go into the house therein. You know what I mean? Meaning that was an astrological symbolism to say, like they broke down in the Zeitgeist documentary, that Jesus was actually foreseeing the new age. Like he said, I will be with you even till the end of the age. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he was saying into the end of the cycle, meaning the cycle of Pisces. And after Pisces comes into the age of Aquarius. Just like before then, they was in a cycle of Aries or something like that, or when they was in the cycle of Aries, that was symbolic of Moses, and they was blowing the ram's horn, and Moses told them to kill themselves and shed themselves, meaning like to kill themselves and shed themselves of their old ways or whatever, and come into the new age. But some people say he told them to kill themselves literally. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another science. So now you got what? And then I broke down the 12, the science of first grade through 12th grade. And then you go to 13th grade, which is college. You graduate with a master's degree, or sometimes you be called what's called an elite grad, top of the class. Or you know how sometimes now when people be going into these fraternities, they call them alumni. Alumni is similar to Illuminati. Alumni, which and Illuminati simply means the enlightened ones. You know what I'm saying? So really you can see it as, the 5%, really we, in a sense, understand what I'm saying? In a sense, we can be the Illuminati in the sense that we are actually the enlightened ones. We are the ones who have mastered these sciences. And we are the ones who are be the sun and shine the light on the world, and shine the light on the people, because the people are in darkness. So we got to be the Heru, the rising sun, you know what I'm saying? And shine and spread that light. You know what I mean? So really that's what the science of that is. So like I broke down the black capstone, the cap square, you know what I'm saying? All right. Kemet, the knowledge of 12 sciences. You have the master 12 sciences to be, you have the master 12 sciences to become a master, or show and prove 12 sciences to become a master. And build your apex of knowledge and understanding. Reach for the stars. So I broke all of that down, right? All right, now we're gonna go into one more science before I finish this off. All right, it's already 25 minutes, but it's all good though. This might have been a long one, but we're gonna show this other one, right? So let me share my screen for this. And this is another science to wrap it up as far as this science of what I'm showing y'all. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come up. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. So you did it again. Oh no. Here we go. Here we go. This is the show. So here we go, right? Peak performance, right? Peak performance. Now, I was in when I went to school for medical assistants, right? This was one of the textbooks that we used, right, to read out of. And when you look on it, it says peak performance, and it's kind of blurry right here, but this line below peak performance, it says success in college and beyond. Now, y'all heard everything I just broke down before, right? All that science. So really, I ain't got to repeat all of that. So I'm gonna kind of sum it up with this. But look at y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this, right? Now, Pete. Now, let's show y'all I'm not capping. Now, y'all heard everything I just broke down about the pyramid, right? And the number 13 and the da-da-da-da and all of that, and the rise and the capstone and the pyramid and the star above the pyramid and all. I broke down all of that, right? Right? Now, somebody will be like, oh, man, what are you talking about? This dude is capping. He's just freestyle. He's making up stuff. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so show me why on this picture right here, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 steps on this spiraling staircase right here. As you can see, right? And on the picture, you seen how I wrote the numbers on the 12 steps of the pyramid, right? And look at what they're on. They're on the planet Earth, right? This picture, this here is on the planet Earth, right? So, like, come on, man. You can't get no more clearer than that. It's like right here in your face. Now, let's break this down. Now, the science, right? When you look at this, right? Now, if this picture was in color, it would show you that and now and this is real, right? And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. All right, now boom. I'm doing the knowledge to the steps, right? Because everything is mathematical. So now, and like I said, if you've seen this in color, right? You know what I mean? And I'm not racist. I'm racially conscious. And the reason why I thought on that, because I said, well, fuck that, man. I'm unapologetically Melanic. I ain't got to apologize for that. It's the truth. If you were to see this in color, this man right here on the with his left foot on the 7th step and his right foot on the 8th step, meaning that he knows he's God and he's trying to build. But first he has to destroy everything before him, which is in his way of getting to the top of that pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you were to see this in color, this man right here is a black man. This is like I guess a Hispanic woman, and then this is a white man. And then standing at the top of the pyramid, you got a black man and a white woman. And I'm going to get to that in a minute because everything has a science to it, and I'm going to break it down. So now, like I said, you got the black man. He has his left foot on number 7 and then his right foot on number 8, meaning he knows he's God and he's striving to build, right? But like I said, he got all this stuff ahead of him. And technically, the outfit he has on a medical uniform, which shows he's like a doctor or like a medical assistant or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? He's in the medical field. The woman in the middle, she has on like a backpack, which shows like she's probably like a school teacher or something like that. You know what I'm saying? She's off the class. And then she has her foot on the ninth step, and then her foot, back foot on the ninth step, and her next foot on the 10th step, meaning she's a woman. So she has a baby, and she borns things into existence. And as most women want to do, they want to knowledge cipher. They want to see the world. So she looks like she got a backpack on and she's traveling. This is my perception. This is what I see and what I'm breaking down. And now the white man, he has his foot on his back foot on the knowledge cipher on the 10th step, and then his right foot on the 11th square, meaning that he already knowledge the cipher. He didn't seen the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's a little ahead of the rest of them, right? You know what I'm saying? And now he has his foot on the 11th step, meaning he's trying to knowledge. He's trying to become king. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to become king. But you know what I'm saying? And now that 12th step is there for the taking. You know what I'm saying? It's empty. Just like I showed you before, in the pyramid, you have the 12 steps, and then you have a little hiatus before the capstone. Like there's a little space empty before the capstone. Just like you see right here, there's nobody standing on this 12th step. So that's the knowledge wisdom step. That's the 12th step. That's the step where you graduate. And after you graduate, you have the chance to go on to the knowledge understanding, to become a master. You know what I mean? So now, and peep, right? The thing it says, like I said, it says peak performance. Peak performance. The peak means the peak, the apex, the top, the apex. Like you see the star. They even put a star at the top of the 13th step, like the star on the capstone on the pyramid. This is directly symbolic. And like I say, you see the white man, he's a construction man, which is a builder, a construction builder. What is a builder? A mason. So you understand? And you see the symbol of the, you know what I'm saying? The right angle of him coming up the stairs. You know what I mean? That's the compass and the square. And he's standing on the square, as Masons do. They stand on the square, right? So come on, man. This is all symbolic. Do the knowledge. So now, on the 13th step. Now, like I said, everything has a science, right? So now, on the 13th step, where, you know, peak performance, success in college and beyond. Because like I say, after you reach that 12th step, which is empty, it's for the taking. After you graduate, then you have the chance to become a master. You have a chance to knowledge and understanding, right? And now, like I say, on the 13th step, you got the black man and the white woman. So is that to say, is they trying to promote to the black man that if you want to be successful, because it's chess also. It's also chess, you know what I'm saying? And like AZ said, life is a chess game, two sides, the best remains. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to promote to the black man, if you want to be successful, you better get yourself a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, I don't agree with that, because the black man should be successful with the black woman. The white man should be successful with the white woman. The Hispanic man should be successful with the Hispanic woman. And everybody should be successful with their own people, because that's how life and nature is designed. You can see the same thing in the animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Tigers don't go out mating with lions, and so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They ain't creating ligers naturally. Now, if you go into a laboratory with some strange scientists doing that, yeah, you might get that. But naturally, that's not happening, because they know in their nature who they are supposed to mate with and what's supposed to go on. But now in America, after they done had a whole 500 fucking years of all this racism and all this bullshit, they want to tell you and I nowadays we can't be racially conscious. Because once we're racially conscious, oh no, you're sounding racist. Why does color matter? And they don't try to run that soft talk to me, man. Fuck out of here. Because the white man, as well as white women, was doing very treacherous things to black people, and they're still doing very treacherous things to black people. So don't come to me with all that soft talk. Oh, color doesn't matter, shit. Get out of here with that shit. Fool somebody else with that shit. Okay? So anyway, I ain't got to be apologetic in my speech. You know what I'm saying? Shit is real. You know what I mean? I'm just breaking shit down how I see it. So if you don't like it, change the damn channel. You know what I'm saying? Next. But anyway, So, peak performance, like I was saying. So they trying to promote that, as a black man, if you want to be successful, you got to get a white woman. So what do you see a lot of times, like in Hollywood and these black actors and these ball players and all these successful black men? It seems like for some reason they end up marrying white women. I mean, like, is this systematic? Like, do they have to do this? You know what I mean? Like, do they structure it this way? Like, yo, you can't marry a black woman. Like, very rarely do you see, you know what I mean? Like the successful black. Now Denzel Washington, I give him props. He got a beautiful black woman, beautiful black wife. He's been married to her for very long years. You know what I'm saying? So I give him respect for that. And of course, as a man, we all do our thing on the side and all that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I'm saying? So, but he's had a successful marriage with a beautiful black woman. I respect him for that. So, but a lot of other, brothers, they get successful, and all of a sudden it's like they just marry a white woman. Jamie Foxx, right after he did the movie Django, like, nigga, he went and married that white woman. I'm like, really, nigga? Like, really? I mean, I don't understand. Like, is this shit systematically set up this way? Now, it's a chess game as well. Like I say, a chess game as well. So sometimes if you get that white queen on your side and you use that for certain reasons to get, power on the chessboard, there may be reasons for that. Like, yo, I was saying the other day, like Nick Cannon right now, do the knowledge though, Mariah Carey, they say her father's black though. Her father's like jet black. She just genetically came out that way or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Which is very much possible, you know what I'm saying? Very much possible. You know what I mean? However, on appearance wise, Mariah Carey would look like a white woman, right? And they would say, "Oh, Nick Cannon married a white woman, whatever." Da, 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 da. But Mariah Carey was rich though, you know what I'm saying? And not even saying like on some sell out for the money type shit, like not even like, because you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna marry any woman of that kind of status and stature, you know what I'm saying, and not only rich, because let me not even just like take away from her natural talent. Mariah Carey got soul, regardless of that the lack of melanin you may see on the epidermis of her skin. Mariah Carey got soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a voice like that coming from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Mariah Carey got soul. You know what I mean? Facts. Love takes time to heal when you hurt it so much. What? Man, listen, man, don't let me go back on them. And that's from like late 80s, early 90s Mariah Carey, like old school Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here, man. Y'all better recognize, man. But anyway, but Nick Cannon made a flip, though. You know what I'm saying? He had the alleged appearance-wise white queen on his side of the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? Built up his brand. You know what I'm saying? They might have got the vote. Because, yo, Mariah Carey was married to Tommy Mottola, who's the head of fucking Sony Records. Like Sony Records, Sony in general, Sony as a franchise, as a brand. So, like, Mariah Carey is beyond rich. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so he had that white queen on his side. He built up his brand. And now look at Nick Cannon, man. He's doing his fucking thing, man. And Nick Cannon ain't no sellout, because Nick Cannon has Cannon Class. He has a conscious, channel where he brings on people like David Banner, Professor Griff. They tried to shut the shit down when he brought on Professor Griff. They said they was talking some anti-Semitic stuff or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And when he brought on Young Pharaoh, they didn't even let him play that episode. You already know the Jews can, they controlling that and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but and he doing his thing. He got the show on channel 9. You know what I'm saying? He got his TV show. He doing his workout thing. He got the juice bar thing. He got mad shit going on. Like, Nick Cannon is doing his thing. And regardless, though, like, people were trying to play Nick Cannon like Nick Cannon's not a gangster rapper. Okay, neither is Will Smith, and he's very successful. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, everybody ain't got to be a gangster rapper. You know, so who gives a fuck about being a gangster rapper? You know what I'm saying? Let gangster rappers be gangster rappers. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon is also a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And done multiple things. Like, people got to give Nick his props, man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if he was like, say for example, what I'm trying to say is, if symbolically, hypothetically speaking, if this were Nick Cannon on top of this pyramid right here, and he happened to have the white woman next to him, and he built up his brand, and then for some reason the white woman happens to step down off that step and go back down that, so not saying Mariah Carey fell off or whatever, but she steps down off of his throne, off of his pyramid, off of his step pyramid, and she steps down. And then he's there by himself, and he's, then you might see a beautiful black woman that's there with him next. I'll be like, yo, okay. At one time, I'm like, yo, Nick Cannon's selling out. Well, maybe Nick Cannon was playing the chess game, and maybe he was building up his brand. And then now he got all the black women in the world. Oh, Wildin' Out. How could I forget that? Wildin' Out as well. Like, come on, man. Everybody know Nick Cannon from Wildin' Out. But you used to know him from Nick at Night. People used to make fun of him, whatever. But look at him now. Success, peak performance, success beyond success in college and beyond. So, and like I said, he got Cannon class. You know what I mean? All of that. So I'm not trying to say like I'm promoting the whole like, you know, get yourself a white woman to be successful. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying from what I see in this right here, that's just what I broke down. You know what I mean? And that's the lesson of the day, y'all. I didn't went on long enough on this one. Damn, we in 40 minutes deep on that one. But well worth it. This was a really very good one. I think I broke down a lot of science on this one. And like I said, to show you I'm not capping, you know what I mean? You look at this picture right here, and I was like, and this is for me, like showing and proving the third eye. This is why, you know what I mean? You got to use your third eye to see. I'm showing you these pictures worth a million words. So this is what I seen from this thing right here. You know what I mean? I don't know if I spoke a million words in this video right here, but I spoke damn near enough. You know what I mean? So this is what I see. You know what I mean? And, you know, tell me what you see. You know what I'm going to start doing too, y'all? I'm going to start having like open interactives. Like I'm going to post a picture for the night. Listen, y'all, we having an open conversation on this. Tell me what y'all see. You know what I mean? I'm going to post up certain pictures, certain documents, certain things or whatever, and y'all can come in. We can have an open conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, people be doing all that type of stuff on Facebook. Oh, man, forget all of that, man. Let's have interactive conversations, you know what I'm saying, and start building with each other and speaking about what we see and adding on and enlightening each other. Stop all of this arguing and everybody want to debate with each other. You know what I'm saying? What about building with each other? What about mastering these sciences, you know, and becoming, you know, successful? So on that note, y'all, say peace. And I'll see y'all next time.